One of the new things that we saw coming out today too was there was an announcement. I glossed over it for a second. I thought it was saying Bitcoin futures, but then it was, oh no, it's a new ETF. So
Yeah, the symbol
David
is
straightened me out there, so I pulled that up.
yeah, the symbol is BITO. It's an ETF that trades Bitcoin futures. It's a little bit confusing.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Dan here with tradingology.com and the trading room for October 19th, 2021, coming to you on a bright and early Tuesday. The sun is shining. We got some warm sun rays coming down on us. One last peek at some good weather until we get a little bit chillier. So we'll take a peek at the markets this morning. As usual, we are welcoming Dave from our Strong Market team. Good to see you, Dave. Happy Tuesday.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday.
You survived the weekend?
I did, actually. It was kind of crappy, but the weather's turned so. We got a few sunny days coming up here.
Very good. Very good. Good to see you, Tom. Tom's chiming in from our west part of the country. Let me make sure.
Right on here.
All right, there we go. Sunny and cool there, he says. Good job. All right. Take a quick peek at the internals here. Opened up pretty positive, but it's dropping off in a hurry. So we'll see if this is going to continue lower or not. We're getting close to the zero line. It came low, bounced up a little bit around plus positive 500. Then we're coming back down. It's just above the zeros. No real major bias at the point or at this point in time. Yesterday was really weird. I'll take a quick peek at this just to show you, but we got plenty of things to chat about today. But one of the things that was interesting about yesterday is we had negative issues with some positive volume on the NASDAQ throughout the day. Same thing kind of happened wishy-washy on the NYSE as well, where we had some positive, just barely positive, but mostly negative throughout the day. So it was literally spaghetti junction and upside down, where normally the green and the gray track together, where we saw negative on the NASDAQ here. So you see that's that major separation gap going on there. So yesterday was a very interesting day to watch for sure. Not normal to see one positive and one negative, that is for sure. All right, let's move this guy over. One of the new things that we saw coming out today too was there was an announcement. I glossed over it for a second. I thought it was saying Bitcoin futures, but then it was, oh no, it's a new ETF. So
Yeah,
David straightened me out there, so I pulled that up.
Yeah, the symbol is BITO. It's an ETF that trades Bitcoin futures. It's a little bit confusing.
Yeah, I just initially read futures trading started on Tuesday. I'm like, wait a minute, they've been doing Bitcoin futures for a while now. What are they talking about?
Yeah, the CME came out with them last, year, 2 years ago?
Right, at least a year.
Or at least a year, maybe even longer, because the last really big decline in Bitcoin happened at the same time those Bitcoin futures were released.
That's right. So I pulled it up just to take a look at it. This is as you just mentioned, BITO is the symbol on it. It looks like it opened up right at just above 41, spike up at the open, and it's been tracking down ever since. No major moves. It's, what are we?
Well, measure the height, measure the top of that move to the bottom. It's like 3.5%.
Actually,
almost 5% now.
Just under 5% in an hour from the top. When it opened, let's see where we're at there. 2.25. So half of its movement, half up and half down. So we'll be curious to see. Watch this, like you say, it's a derivative of a derivative, so it's going to blow some people's minds.
Well, and I think I had a couple text messages from people who have been following cryptocurrencies, and they're saying, well, why would it decline on the very first day of trading? Because I mean, yeah, you can sell it short, I guess. I'm assuming that's what's going on. Or insiders who have already gotten the pre-allocation are selling it.
Sure.
Why are they selling it? I have no idea. Either they're selling it short or they're selling it. I'm not even sure if it's available to short. I mean, it seems kind of odd that it would be available to short, this early. So I don't have the answer for that, but cryptocurrency started taking a turn to the negative side as soon as it opened. So we had XLM down, we've got Link down, we've got Bitcoin Cash down, we've got OMG, VET. All the ones that I've been following are all turning negative. So the question I have is whether or not this is going to be another case of like the Bitcoin futures that came out a couple of years ago. Is this going to be a way for people to, maybe hold Bitcoin, but sell the ETF as a hedge?
Right. Yeah.
So
Interesting.
I'm not sure.
And as you mentioned, we've seen Bitcoin is up. It's almost to its height that it hit back in April.
Yeah.
It's pushing for that. What was the high there? It was almost 65, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're just on 61.8 currently. We just about touched 64 this morning. And like you say, that was probably right around the same time that.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got that. It was right about 9:35 Eastern time when it started trading, and you got it on a daily. So you have to kind of take a look at. Yeah. So just about.
Yeah. So we'll look for some correlations there. Take a look at that.
Oh, it's going to be great for correlations. Yep. So right at the open, it's tracking almost exactly Bitcoin price movement at this point.
So there's the news on that one. BITO is available. Doesn't cost you $65,000 to own a share. Maybe that's the best thing that maybe some retail investors could get into it this way because they can actually afford owning some shares of this.
Yeah, just realize that you don't actually have Bitcoin. You have.
Good point. Always good to know.
You have a derivative of Bitcoin, which is a derivative.
Really an investment vehicle, and you can't use it to buy anything.
Yeah, no, it's pure speculation. Yeah, but it is affordable. You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
and the correlations, and the amount of analysis that we can do on it now. It's got some volume figures. It probably reacts well to Fibonacci retracements. I think it's going to be interesting as a correlation. So if we get some anomalies, it's like sometimes we see in the futures market and the stock market, if we see some anomalies where the ETF is going up, the Bitcoin is not going up, what the correlations. In fact, I was thinking after this came out, we could probably do a spreadsheet on it. That'd be fun.
We will take a look.
Yeah.
And around the world, I've just started to pop this up and looking. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty much every index except for yesterday. The Russell was actually red. It was the only index that was red yesterday. But across the board, the Dow, the S&P, the NASDAQ, they're on a tear for the last 5 days again. Are they going to? I'll pull this over on one of my toss charts. Are they going to make a run for all-time highs? SPX is getting pretty close. That's the closest one. It's already above 4,500. We're creeping up on 0.5% above. NDX is 0.31 above, and the Dow itself is 0.3% above as well. So are we going to make a push to all new highs? Looking at the MT Synth chart, this was really interesting too. I was watching. We are above previous high points over the last few months. If we look at where these are, not the number itself, it's just in relation to where it used to be is what's catching my eye here.
Right.
We're close to this rally that was back in 723, 3 months ago, coming up on. And that's back when we were up at 15,000 on the NASDAQ. Like it didn't get this high when it hit the all-time high, and we're already above this. So is this anomaly happening right now? Because I don't know.
I don't know. The SPY VIX yesterday was at 27. I'm not sure where it ended, but I think I looked at it during the day. It was about.
Oh, just wait. It's 28 now.
Is it 28?
That is one thing that I saw this morning as well. So good call. That is definitely extended above the 25 mark that we definitely pay attention to. I've extended this lower trend line too, back from previous, where I had it on just these first ones. And it's actually interesting how it's acting as support for the SPY VIX itself.
Yeah.
Where we recently bounced off it once again. So as it continues to squish, maybe it's going to have to wait until we break through that. If it ever gets down below the 10 to single digits, we'll see. But we are definitely elevated for sure.
Yeah, as a long-term investor, that's what I would be looking at. It's that area between 25 and 30 is not anything that I would want to be long a major portfolio with.
Yeah, so will it creep up to hit the SPY itself in 454? That's one thing we are keeping a close eye on for sure.
Well, before we close the door on that Bitcoin futures ETF that launched today, just a heads up that there are 4 Bitcoin future ETFs lined up. Four more from ProShares, Valkyrie, Invesco, and Van Eck. So, you know, if one Bitcoin futures can tank Bitcoin, and if let's see if this ETF futures contract can tank Bitcoin, what will happen if 4 more come out? What's that gonna do to Bitcoin? I don't know. Is it the SEC's way of taming Bitcoin?
Well, maybe. I like the headline here too. I'm just noticing ProShares Bitcoin Futures ETF is fatally flawed, says the CoinDesk's managing director. Wonder what she sees as a fatal flaw. I'm not going to click play.
It's a derivative of a derivative, and you don't actually own the Bitcoin itself. I think that's probably what her stick is going to be. Because CoinDesk is all
way of
about
fighting where the funds are, right? Who has control of it?
Yeah, not your keys, not your crypto. So
financial advisors urge caution before adding it to your portfolio. There's a strong demand.
Yeah, because it's an ETF now, it can go into retirement accounts. It can go in, institutions can trade it. So, I mean, the volume so far seems to be decent, not huge, but decent for the first couple of minutes of trading. On a, what is it like, talking.
What do we got here?
Couple thousand every couple minutes there. You got 5-minute charts on there. So
24,000, 6,000. So yeah, it opened up at 37,000. So yeah, definitely a lot of shares are trading.
Yeah, we could do a couple 100,000, maybe even 500,000 today.
The low point.
But yeah, I thought it was interesting that there's 4 more Bitcoin futures ETFs coming out. Because if you recall, when the CME came out with their Bitcoin futures, it was the CFTC chairman at that time, can't remember his name, starts with a G, but he made a statement that he wanted to tame Bitcoin, and that's why he allowed the futures to come out.
One more topic to keep your eye on, especially all those people that are interested in crypto for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's one more thing I was noticing. I think I just saw it on live right now. Congress is holding hearings on Treasury Department sanctions policy. They keep coming out with more reports on, Fed. I don't want to say governors, but governor keeps coming to my mind. But basically the leaders that are making their own personal trades and retiring. We saw weeks ago where people were trading. Now wasn't there something just on Powell himself that I just saw this week?
I don't remember anything about Powell.
Let me find it here. I could have swore it was yesterday. They were looking at his trading as well. I'll move this guy over here for a second, and I'll give you guys a live shot of the futures and the ETFs. Some decent sized movements over the weekend too, or overnight, I should say, excuse me. Yeah, let's see.
I sent you a piece, and I don't know if you saw it. I think I texted you over the weekend. There was a report in the Wall Street Journal, and I tweeted about it, that federal judges who are hearing cases in pharmaceutical companies and other large companies have also been, I found out that they're actually trading shares of companies in which they're judging cases on.
Yeah, which is similar. I just pulled up a quick search. Here's I just pulled up Powell and trading, a couple headlines, a couple hours old yesterday. Not problematic, but it still could hurt him. He sold more than $1 million worth of stock while the market was tanking. That's the headlines on Powell recently. Sold $5 million in stock.
Oh.
In 2020 before the market tanked.
Oh, how about that?
Oops.
Whoops.
You know that Jenny, your ground turkey.
Oh, go away. Good job, ground turkey. $5 million worth in his personal account last October, according to the new disclosure form. It was first reported between 1 and 5. I like that. That's a not a small range.
No, it's not.
Between $1 and $5 million of Vanguard stock index fund shares.
Yeah.
He's been renominated. The Fed didn't respond. Of course, they're not responding. And today is another big day. I don't know if it's going to be related to this or not now. Maybe this will take center stage, but that is on the calendar. FOMC after FOMC member talking today. Everybody but Powell. Maybe they're trying to provide a cover or a shield for him, because this isn't going to look good. That's for sure. This is ridiculous if you ask me. I mean, they just keep lining up.
Yeah, I mean, if he's got insider information about things and he's, making trades based on that inside information, and I don't know how he can separate the two. There's just no way you're making public decisions, but you're making personal choices. I just don't see how you can separate it in it. I mean, to me, it looks like a very, very clear conflict of interest.
Yeah, right on top of the one that you found last week, where it was literally the specific stocks too.
Yeah,
this looks like it's some index funds, but yeah, the same way goes. They should have zero interest in making money off of monetary policy that they're setting. I don't know how that's even remotely okay.
Well, I had made the discovery too that Powell had a lot of his investments in BlackRock investment funds. At the same time that BlackRock was chosen to do a backstop for the Federal Reserve Open Market Committee trades.
Which was also teetering on the government's not supposed to be in the markets as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they found their way around it, leveraging that.
Yep, they found a way around it. That's absolutely right. They found a loophole. They found the Federal Reserve is not supposed to be directly involved in purchasing some of these assets, so they had to engage BlackRock to do that for them under special investment vehicles.
Right. Yeah, those SPVs, special purpose vehicles.
Yep.
Oh,
I do not like this coffee.
You should switch it. That's no good.
No, I usually drink Illy, but there's a local brewer. I thought I'd give him a try, but I don't like it.
Yeah, you don't go to the second cup then. I recently found our breakfast blend, which is getting hard to find. I don't know if that's a sign too. Like I can't find this, just plain Jane. It's not like I'm sponsored or anything, it's Maxwell House breakfast blend. I can't even get it at the store anymore. We found it at like the dollar store and we stocked up on everything they had.
Oh, really? Wow, that's weird.
Yeah, I found it interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I looked for when I ran out and I got this local brew, I was looking through the shelves and everything was either vanilla flavored or Jamaican flavored or, what, I mean, there was about a zillion different kinds except for just plain, just coffee.
Which makes me want to look at Joel real quick. Coffee's still going up. 55.
I don't know about you, but man, I used to be able to get coffee, much, much cheaper. And now I go back and I look and I said, geez, I get, for about a 6-week supply, it's going to cost me close to $70. And
that's probably cheaper than $5 a day still.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. If I went out and bought coffee every single day, yeah, definitely. And also my wife ran out of gas last night in her car, so I went to fill it up. I couldn't believe the price of gas.
Oh, what's in your neck of the woods now?
Premiums at $4.09.
What?
Yeah. Even the lowest grade, I think is 81 I saw, was like at $3.75.
Wow. Yeah, it's starting to go up around here too. We're about 320 is the low grade right now.
No, we're at $3.75 on the low grade. I couldn't believe it. Yeah.
Tom, what's Colorado? Give us a shout on what Colorado gas prices is. It's a quick litmus test on 3 points in the country without going to some gas buddy site.
And they don't have between
He's plugging it in. He doesn't care. He's driving a hybrid. Good for you, Tom. He's not buying gasoline.
Yeah, but you know what? Electric prices have got to be going through the roof though too, because what do they do to generate those the electricity? They use natural gas and they use oil, don't they?
Yeah, that or coal still.
Yeah, so electric prices are going to go higher. I agree. It's probably still cheaper, but
Yeah, someone's paying it somewhere. Natural gas there, he says, but the process to raise prices takes time.
yeah. Well, enjoy it while it's still cheap.
It takes time until it doesn't, right? Just like it's normal until it's not.
Yeah. The thing that really confuses me, and I'm not really sure, I don't have a really good handle on it, but there's so many people in the deflationary camp, and then there's so many people in the inflationary camp. Inflation definitely seems to be, he can use his electric bike. That's good.
Yeah, we're looking at getting a pair of those too. Hit me
Yeah,
up on
those are nice.
What kind you got, Tom? I got my eye on a couple of them.
And those aren't cheap either. I saw one for $5,000 I was looking at.
Oh, you can go really high end on those. I think entry market is about 1,000.
Is it? Yeah.
Yep.
So, Trek Fur. Ooh, I don't know.
Nice. I will check it out.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the electric bikes.
Yeah, I'm gonna copy and paste that in my.
I think they're on version 2.0.
So I can see what that is. I mean, I kind of live in an area where you don't really have to go. I mean, you just don't need, there's no, it's not stop and go. I mean, you can get almost anywhere in the city in like 5-10 minutes at the most. We don't use that much gas. I think I fill up my wife's car like once every 3 weeks. But still, it's $50 a tank. Now I have an A8, Audi A8, and that's got a big tank. It's a diesel, so it gets fairly decent mileage. And diesel fuel is a little bit cheaper than gas.
Oh,
but still,
keep rubbing it in. Not here.
Oh no.
No, we're 30 cents over gasoline here for diesel.
Oh no, we're about 10-15 cents under.
Well, I'm gonna need a pipeline from your house to mine.
Yeah.
That's arbitrage right there.
Yeah, but I mean, I haven't filled it up in a really long time because it was really good on gas. But and I haven't taken any trips with it. The last trip we took when I came back from DC, we rented a car. But it would cost me, I'm guessing, close to $80-$90 to fill up today.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, time is flying today. We're almost at the top of the hour. We'll have to continue some energy talk on Thursday, I think, because there's some stuff that I was seeing around the world with, global natural gas and global energy that I think is would be an interesting topic for some people. So let's save that for Thursday.
Okay.
And if you guys got any questions in the meantime, hit us up in emails, hit us up in the Slack channels, support@tradingology.com. For our friends over at Strong Market, you can reach them at support@strongmarket.com. I don't think I have anything that I missed outside of hot news. So we're probably come to wrap her up here. No news breaking things that I can announce yet, but lots of things in the works, as you guys know.
I like that Trek Verb 3 there, Tom. Nice looking and affordable. It looks really nice too. I like it.
Yeah, it's a good looking. It's pretty fancy. It's different than the one I got. So did you deck it out with all the racks so you can carry stuff? Looks like ballpark 15, depending on where you're getting it from. Or some go really crazy. Apparently you can get them up to $3,000. So
options, huh?
Different frame sizes. That's cool. Yeah, these are some of the newer things out there. A lot of people are using it. So we like getting different input on different stuff. So thanks, Tom. Appreciate it.
Interesting. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Dave, I'll catch you offline. Tom, I'll catch you in the track channels and in the track channels. You're affecting my vocabulary already, Tom. The Slack channels.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, as far as the market goes, though, I'll just leave you guys with this one thought. If we do have a new high in the market. It might be the last new high for a while. I mean, I could say that, but I'm just going to go out on a limb. I'm just going to lay it out there. If we make a new high, it's the last new high you'll see for 5 years.
Ooh, 5 years.
Yeah.
Interesting. And on that surge, we'll close it up for the day because it looks like the futures are rallying. So it's looking for your new high. Not quite yet, but it's working on it.
It's working on it. That's right. If we hit 30 on SPY VIX, it's game over.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Protect yourselves.
Gotta love a short seller. Absolutely, Tom. Have a good one. All right, take care, Dan.
Have a great day.
You too.